have you back. A fresh wave of violence has struck Plateau State, leaving at least 5 young men dead and several others injured after gunmen suspected to be Fulani bandits attacked a mining site in just South local government area. The deadly assault occurred on Tuesday afternoon at a local mining location in Jero village, located within the Yale district of Plateau State. According to reports from residents, the victims were carrying out their normal mining activities when armed men arrived on motorcycles and opened fire without warning. Witnesses described a scene of panic and chaos as workers scrambled for safety while gunshots echoed across the mining site. Unfortunately, 5 young men were killed on the spot, while several others sustained injuries ranging from minor wounds to serious gunshot injuries. The latest attack has deepened fears among residents already shaken by another deadly incident that occurred only hours earlier. Earlier the same day, armed attackers invaded the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, widely known as NIPSS, in Guru, killing 3 security operatives. The institute, one of Nigeria's most important policy and leadership training institutions, is located only a few kilometers away from the mining community that later came under attack. Residents say the close proximity and timing of both incidents have intensified concerns that criminal groups are becoming increasingly bold in their operations across the area. A resident at the Jero community, Festus Dalyop, confirmed that the attackers arrived suddenly on motorcycles and immediately began shooting at the miners. According to him, the victims had little chance to escape as the gunmen unleashed a barrage of gunfire across the site. The attack has generated widespread condemnation from community leaders and youth organizations, who say the deteriorating security situation is threatening the safety of residents and economic activities in the region. The National Publicity Secretary of the Berum Youth Molders Association, Wang Ten-Wong, described the killings as another painful reminder of the growing security challenges facing communities around Jos and its surrounding districts. According to Ten-Wong, the attack on the miners and the earlier assault on NIPSS demonstrate that insecurity is spreading closer to both residential communities and strategic national institutions. He warned that unless urgent action is taken, residents may continue to live under constant fear of further attacks. He stressed that the safety of citizens must remain a top priority and called on security agencies to strengthen surveillance operations, improve intelligence gathering, and ensure that criminal elements are prevented from operating freely within the area. Many residents are now questioning how armed attackers were able to carry out 2 deadly operations within the same general vicinity on the same day. Community members say the incidents have raised serious concerns about the effectiveness of existing security measures and the ability of authorities to prevent further attacks. The mining sector remains an important source of livelihood for many young people across Plateau State. Local mining activities provide income for thousands of families and support economic activities in several rural communities. However, repeated attacks on mining locations have created an atmosphere of uncertainty, forcing many workers to fear for their safety while trying to earn a living. For families of the victims, the tragedy has brought immense grief. What began as an ordinary working day ended in bloodshed, leaving parents, spouses, siblings, and friends mourning the sudden loss of loved ones. Security agencies have since launched investigations into the attack. The spokesperson of the Plateau State Police Command, SP Alfred Alabo, confirmed the incident and stated that law enforcement authorities have begun efforts to identify and apprehend those responsible. According to the police, a manhunt is currently underway, with investigators gathering intelligence and pursuing leads that could help track down the attackers. While residents await arrest and justice, many are demanding stronger action to prevent similar incidents from occurring again. Community leaders argue that repeated attacks on rural communities, farms, roads, and mining sites suggest that criminal groups continue to exploit security gaps across vulnerable areas. The latest killings also highlight the broader security challenges confronting Plateau State and several parts of Nigeria's Middle Belt region, where communities have faced recurring attacks linked to banditry, armed violence, and communal tensions. As investigations continue, families of the victims are left to bury their dead, while survivors recover from their injuries and trauma. For many residents, the question remains whether enough is being done to stop the cycle of violence that continues to claim innocent lives. With 5 more young Nigerians now added to the growing list of victims, calls are mounting for urgent and decisive measures to secure communities, protect economic activities, and ensure that those responsible for these attacks are brought to justice. The people of Plateau State are once again demanding answers, accountability, and above all, safety. Whether those demands will finally result in meaningful action remains a question that many grieving families are asking today. Many thanks for watching. I am Cassie Tony.